Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Maitland Basketball Stadium because, well, I'm pretty excited to tell you we're here for finals time. It's the 2017 Maitland Waratah League Finals weekend here hosted by Maitland. And can I tell you, we've got a cracking match for you here tonight. We've got the grand final rematch from last year. It's 2v3 Manly Basketball Association versus the girls from the Penrith Panthers. My name's Tim Willing, and I'm joined by Maitland's very own Craig McGregor.
Thanks, Tim. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, not a problem at all. Exciting to have you here. Let's get straight to it and go through the teams here, Craig.
Excellent. Okay, we're going to start with the Manly Warringah Sea Eagles. Number 5 is Caitlin Keith. Number 6 is Rachel Duncan. 7 is Tony Tate. Number 9 is Caitlin Castle. 10, Anna O'Donnell. 12 is Danielle Shepherd. At 24, Antonia Henderson. 25 is Faith Bolgen. 31 is Dalia Radosevich. 11, Emily Krimmer. 14, Josie Bullman. Number 20 is Laura Walker, and the coach is Cale Bolgen. Assistant coach, I've told he's the super coach, Nathan Kerwin.
Yeah, Basketball New South Wales is a very own high performance manager. Nathan Kerwin is the super assistant coach tonight, so the girls are a bit of an advantage there. Now let's talk about the ladies from Penrith.
The Penrith Panthers tonight, they had a 12-win, 8-loss season. Number 4 is Binta Salawu. Number 5, Perlita Fotoplaza. 6 is Dominika Offner. 7 is Tiana Offner. 8 is Tatiana Beaumont. 10 is Abby Williams. 11, Sarah Creenor. 13, her sister Meg Creenor. 14, Meg Jefferson. 20 is Chloe Bloom. 21 is Kay Phillips. The head coach is Leonie Moore. Assistants are Neil Offner. Other assistant is Adam Reid, and the manager is Kerith Offner.
Great. I'll tell you what, Craig, this is going to be a pretty exciting game because not only is it a grand final rematch, but when you have 2 and 3 on the ladder, you know you're going to be in for a close one. I think it is going to be that today.
Yeah, and with the format of winner gets to play in the grand final and the loser goes home, everything's on the line tonight.
Yeah, it really is do or die. And, it's not often we have a Friday night lights, as we say. We normally do the finals start on a Saturday, but tonight's starting on a Friday. I think it's pretty exciting. There's a big turnout here. Even though we've only got 2 games on tonight, there's quite a decent turnout here.
Yeah. Well, out here on this court, they've got grand final rematch, and on the other court tonight, we've got a couple of local girls playing in one of the teams. But we also had the I'm a Girl program beforehand, which generated a lot of the kids coming in, so I think they've stayed around to watch the games tonight.
I'll tell you what, you guys are here at Maitland put on a good show. We love coming here. I think when it was 2 or 3 years ago, we're here for finals and the place was chockers. Since you guys built this stadium, it's just been one of the best venues to come to.
Yeah, so stadium, even though it still looks great, it's 17 years old now.
Are you serious? 17 years?
17 years, and I still remember 2000, we had the final series here for the first time in Maitland, and the place was full that weekend. It was great.
Yeah, actually, one of my first ones for finals, I remember it was a few years ago when I think Maitland and Newcastle both made the championship men final, and you could not find a spare seat in the house. It was absolutely chockers. The locals turned out.
Yeah, it's actually the history of that. It's quite a shame that we've never met really together. There was a couple of years back where Maitland made the grand final against Manly in Newcastle, and I think the year later Newcastle made the grand final. I'm not sure who they played in Maitland, so if we ever got a Maitland-Newcastle final here in Maitland, that would be phenomenal.
Oh, it would be pretty epic. And I tell you what, it's a bit cool what they're doing to you and I here, C-Mac. We're sitting up here in the bar watching the game, and yet we can see all this lovely, cold to his new over on our right here, but we can't go near it. It's a bit cruel.
Yeah, and if there's anyone listening that knows me, I do enjoy a couple of cold ales, so yeah, it is a bit hard.
I was about to say,
this work isn't hard, though.
Yeah,
Watching a great game later on and being able to call it's going to be fun.
Yeah, I was about to say, life doesn't get too much better than this. We get to watch some finals basketball, and you know what, some quality games too. From my point of view, I've watched quite a few games this year, and the Youth League women's competition has been so close. Like, all 4 teams here can legitimately make a claim and would be worthy champions tonight. So I think, we're getting paid, millions of dollars to do this commentary, absolute millions, to watch some quality basketball. So, it doesn't get too much better than this.
Yeah, look, and it's getting me prepared. I'm the father of 3 young daughters who love their basketball, and I live for the day when they're all wearing the Mustangs uniform and playing in the final series.
Will you be super coach for them? Will you
dare
try and do that?
on the sideline. I'll watch them.
I think that's probably the safest way to be, because if you bench one of your girls in the championship game, I'm saying I wouldn't want to be in the car on the drive home for that one.
That's right. Oh, Amy, my wife, she'd kill me.
Exactly right. I was about to say, you get in trouble for picking your favourites who would be in the starting 5 too.
That's right. I could try and start all 3 of them. specific other two people.
Now we're getting close to the tip-off here. You know, Manly out first, and we've got Penrith about to come out here. And I'll tell you what, I think from the outset this is going to be a very quick game, and they're going to be pushing hard. It's do or die. So I'm expecting a pretty big start here.
Yeah, excellent. Okay. In terms of the teams, they look like they've warmed up well. I think they're all ready to go.
Yeah.
Just about to get tip-off. Officials are getting ready to start. So
yeah, and I think it's time we should congratulate our officials too. The jump ball's about to happen. So we've got Nick Varley, Matt Williamson and Brett Goodham who are our officials today. And, you know, congratulations on their semi-finals appearance. And, you know, these guys will be, you know, doing a good job. You know, they're some of our great officials. And, you know, the girls are pretty lucky in sport for choice with the officials here. So it's going to be all about what they do on the court, these players, and I think it's going to be pretty exciting. Now we're getting close to tip-off here. We're just waiting for the final checks with the bench. Then I think we'll be right to get underway here.
Yeah, look, and we should give a shout out to those people. Volunteers here, they'll be here busy all weekend. The scorers, the bench people, the guys doing the court announcing. It's great that the community of basketball, not only just Maitland, but gather together to celebrate the finals and pitch in and make this weekend the best they can. Yeah,
absolutely. We're pretty lucky with the people got here, and I think we're ready to go. So we're here for the tip-off now for the 2017 final series, and Penrith take it away now. You know, these teams should know each other. It'll be interesting to see how they start, whether they're going to press hard or ease themselves into the game here.
Yep, starting in man-to-man.
I'll tell you what, they're pushing the ball outside. There's a strong D from Manly here. Maitland are finding it, Penrith are finding it hard to get in. We've got a little jump shot coming up. And there we go. The first points in the match go to Penrith here.
So that was Meg Jefferson.
Meg, yeah, that was a nice little jumper she hit from 10 foot. She's got a good shot there.
See what this first play looks like for Manly.
Yeah, they're playing up high, Manly. Oh, here we go.
Shot clock's down to 10.
And the defence is tight here. That was a tough baseline drive, and she ran into a bit of traffic there. I'll tell you what, if that's anything to go by, this is actually going to be a bit of a physical game too. There's some strong D being played here.
Yeah, no, it looks excellent. In terms of the physicality of the game, this is, I wasn't expecting it to be this rough and tumble to start with.
Yeah, either was
Defence is up and in to go.
And you know what? We've got some girls with a bit of height here too, which is nice. So, you know, you expect the inside game, which we're seeing right now with a
Great
beautiful pass entry, wasn't it? You're a bit of a super coach, aren't you? I heard you won country this year, right? Was it the 14 girls or 12 girls?
We won Div 2 here in Maitland.
Oh, there you go.
It was freezing cold, but the girls put in a great effort and heading to State Cup in a weekend or two's time.
Oh, that'd be pretty good. Well, you know, you could stay with the team the whole way and take them through to the Youth League Grand Final in about 5 or 6 years, I reckon.
We'll wait and see.
Well, you know what? They've gone out to an early lead here. 4-0 for Penrith, which is pretty good. I know it's early times, but, you know...
Their offence is looking quite slick. That's a great play. And one to come.
That was a strong drive, and to be able to finish off with the foul.
So Tiana Offner.
I'll tell you what, they've gone pretty good so far. Penrith are off to a lightning start.
They're running their offence really well. They've gotten great shots at the basket each time. Been very efficient offensively so far to start the game.
And that was a strong finish by Tiana, wasn't it?
Yeah, she did. Let's see if she can make a free throw.
Yeah, the coach killers. Free throws win you and lose your games, don't they?
Hope I didn't jinx her there.
Yeah, the cruel commentator's curse. We can't keep doing that. So Manly need to find something here to get into the game. I reckon they need to go to some of their strong players. I know number 25 for Manly, Faith Bolgan. She's one of their better players. And
she's got a rebound there. Offensive rebound.
Yeah, if Manly's going to do something...
no reset though. Oh, we've got a foul, do we?
Looks like we might have something.
We might have a question on the shot clock. The ball, I don't think the ball did hit the ring, so I don't think there should have been a shot clock reset there. It was an offensive rebound, but I don't think that should have been a shot clock.
Yeah, well picked up there. Yeah, it's got to hit the ring for the reset, so back down to 6, which means
seconds.
Yeah, Manly's going to be tough now.
Nice drive. Oh, great defence.
Drive and the foul, that's what you want. Hopefully they can pick up Manly's points for their first points of the game here and get them on the scoreboard. You know, that eases the nerves.
So we've got Josie Bullman here going to the line, shooting 2.
I'll tell you what do you make in the first few minutes? I'll tell you what, Penrith are out-muscling Manly at the moment. I think that's been a bit of the difference. They've just seemed to be able to out-muscle them on those screens and boards.
Yeah, I think, and offensively they're really running through their stuff quite well. They're being very effective getting to the ring. Manly's relied on jump shots, which haven't been effective so far. Yeah,
they need to start dropping. Well, at least they've got their first points now from the free throw line. Only 1 from 2, so we've got 6-1 here early on in the first semi-final here. And I tell you what, Manly really need to start bringing the intensity. And I think we're seeing a pick up in their defence here. They're pushing a bit wider and higher here.
Yep.
And that's what they need to do. They've got to do something to unsettle Penrith.
Yeah, because they are just running their stuff, aren't they? Getting it down low.
Jeez, here we go.
3-point shot. Offensive rebound.
And
reset.
Yeah, let's see how they go the reset. Those Penrith girls are good on the boards, aren't they? They've pulled down a few early offensive rebounds. I think that's going to be a big difference in the game. Manly's got to do something with their boxing out.
Yeah.
Will they get off in time?
And Manly's off to the races. See if they can get an easy basket here.
And it's Faith coming down the court too.
Good open shot there.
Well, the game's starting to, seeing both teams trying to settle. I think Penrith are looking a bit more settled here.
I think Dominica here, number 6 for Penrith, is just really running the show.
Yeah, she's
see her bringing the ball down the court and really being vocal in terms of the offense and making things happen, calling the plays.
She's a strong guard, and that's what you need here.
Great
here we go. Turnover. Manly on the fast break. There we go, 2 points. Bringing half the deficit already with 6-3 now early on.
Tonya Henderson, great play.
Oh, that was a great steal, wasn't it?
There we go. More defensive intensity there for Manly. That's what gets you back in the game.
It really does, doesn't it? You pick up that D and it can just really start to trigger something on the offensive end.
So we have our first sub for the game. I didn't catch who was coming in there, but it was number 13, Meg Creaner, heading to the bench.
I think number 10 came in for Penrith.
10, which is Abby Williams.
Abby Williams comes in. And
first action of the finals.
And Manly's in a full court D here. Trying to force something here. I worked on the turnover before.
Penrith have done well there.
Yeah, they ran through that quite well. They're a well-drilled team. Know Leone very well. She's one of the most experienced coaches you can have. So this will be a well-drilled team. There is no question about it.
Meg Jefferson there, number 14, is a massive target, and every time they've found her so far, she's been quite efficient around the ring.
Yeah, and she's a dominant player in the paint, isn't she?
Yeah.
That's a nice pass.
Good defense too.
Yeah, I think she stopped Faith there, which is no mean feat. They've come back out top Manly here, looking to reset, seeing what they can do. They've gone back to the outside shot.
Great rebound.
And again, it's just Penrith on the boards. I think that they seem to be getting most of them. And if I was the Manly coach, I'd be thinking, well, how do I stop them on the boards? Because if I don't do that, I'm going to find it hard in this game.
They've got to find a way to stop Meg, I think.
Yeah, she's a quality player, isn't she?
First three-point shot for the game. Tatiana Beaumont.
So we're sitting here 11-3. Penrith are up. Faith put it up from the outside, and it's been missed again, and then we're pulled out another familiar side. Penrith coming back up the court after a missed Manly jump shot.
Yeah, I think Manly need a timeout here.
Yeah, I think one has to be coming.
There's another three-pointer.
She's
not only doing it from out inside, she's now shooting three-pointers. Meg Jackson dominating.
We've got now a 10-point lead, 4.5 minutes into the first semi-final. I'll tell you what, if I was Manly, I would be concerned right now, but it's still early on. Now they've got the first time out. I think it's a good time to acknowledge and thank our partners. Wales Office of Sport, Moulton, ACET, Horizon Sport and Events, Champions League Basketball, Custom College Recruiting, Sports Stadium Management, the Illawarra Hawks, the Sydney Kings and the Brighton Sydney Uni Flames, all great partners who support basketball and basketball in New South Wales so much throughout the year, and we thank them for their continued support. And it allows great things like this live streaming that we're doing today to be done. I think it's a great initiative. Every game this weekend is going to be live streamed.
Fantastic. And yeah, you're right. Without the support of corporate sponsorship, sport at this level just wouldn't be effective. And so we really do need to thank those sponsors. And it's great the NBL teams, the Kings, the Hawks, all those guys getting involved as well. Yeah,
well, it's been pretty exciting. I'm lucky enough to work for Basketball New South Wales, and we entered into a partnership last year with the Kings to really do a lot of work in the metropolitan area, which is obviously this Kings catchment.
Yep.
And that was really exciting times for us, and a lot came from it. And the good thing is we're doing some exciting stuff with the Flames and also the Illawarra Hawks coming this year. So, it's great when those, elite sporting teams really invest in the grassroots and to create kind of like a bit more of that community we're talking about. A lot of good people in basketball. And
wouldn't we one day, I tell you what, I miss the Newcastle Falcons. Wouldn't it be great to have those guys back, or maybe the Maitland Falcons?
The Maitland Falcons. Oh, you got the venue for it here. I reckon the Maitland Falcons, you put your hand up to coach it, or, GM the team.
Yeah, I'll be the GM. That's right. I'll make those play decisions.
Yeah, a lot less stressful being the head coach.
Back into the action here. Manly with the ball, down 14-3. For a great start from Penrith.
And hopefully, we see something from here. Their little point guard, Caitlin, and Faith down low. I think those two are going to have to come into the game and do a bit more.
They're running their stuff well. They're just not hitting their shots. They're executing okay.
As a coach, can you live and die by missing those jump shots?
Yeah, I think they need to go inside, start inside out a little bit maybe. Really look for, maybe put some pressure on Meg defensively, and then look to attack outside next.
Absolutely. Now that was Tabitha, I think it was, a Tabitha from Penrith that's come on as well. And there's been a few subs come out of this timeout, so we'll start to see the numbers as they come through. But both coaches changing their matchups, and I'm not surprised that Manly has changed a few of their matchups there. I think it was needed.
Yeah.
Faith's got the ball. She's pushed it out.
So Faith has really been defended well this whole game by the Penrith team.
I think they've done their homework.
3 seconds left on the shot clock here. Great drive.
She's put up a bit of a
Excellent
shot.
offensive rebound.
That's what they needed. The boards need to come.
See if they can't get a good score here. Good shot.
There we go. Drive and missed. Faith. Those misses could prove costly. I know it's early on, but
Meg Jefferson's defensive pressure there is just making it very hard.
She's a quality defender, isn't she?
Yep. Foul called.
So hand check there, called against Manly.
Sarah Creaner.
I'll tell you what, if I was Leone right now, I'd be pretty happy with how this game started.
Yeah, no, they're dominating.
Just have a quick stop here.
If you look at their season records, they're very close. Manly had a 13 win and 7 loss record, whereas Penrith were 12 and 8. So it could be considered a slight upset at this stage.
Yeah, so they're pretty evenly matched. So you'd have to see, that Manly will be sitting down like this. I think they're a good enough team to come back and bridge the gap if that's the case. Yeah. And plus, it's 2v3. It's going to be a close game, you'd hope, anyway.
Inside presence again.
I'll tell you what, that top pass entry, Penrith have done that a few times. When you've got those strong girls, I think it's a pretty smart option to see why they're doing it.
So that's our first foul on Faith. At this point.
And just her first personal at the moment, so nothing to worry about there for you Manly fans listening.
Manly have gone to a zone, bit of a match-up zone.
They had to change something, didn't they?
Yep.
So we had our first, little bit of controversy here on the out of bounds, but it looked pretty clear to me. I think it was off Manly. I think Faith's just trying to clutch at straws to try and get something, fired up for her team. Okay, that's nice.
The
ball
inside again to Meg. Good defence.
Great ball movement.
Let's see if they can get a score on this fast break.
So what, Manly are running a quick floor, but aren't they? That transition, they push it quick.
Penrith are doing a great job getting back though. Oh.
They have a travel call there. Again, good D force that turnover. She turned looking for someone to pass to, and they weren't there, and hit some good defence and just bounced off it and took too many steps. So we have it now back with Penrith, who'll be coming up again. And I'll tell you what, if I was them, I'd be not changing anything. Look for some, good, nice, easy motion offence. Move the ball around and look for that quick pass entry into the big girls.
So since Manly's gone to this zone, they've done a great job here in dribble penetration. Yeah. And again, leads to a basket from Tatiana Beaumont.
Now we've got a 13-point deficit at the moment early here in the first quarter, and it's just, Manly is bleeding
more
points.
Great defence from Penrith. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Travel again. They just can't get anything right at the moment, can they?
I think they look a bit shell-shocked.
Quarter time needs to be a really good assessment on how they can get back into this game.
So what, the help out D from Penrith is what it is. Those drives there, they beat their man up top, but then the help defence is coming along and forcing these errors. These two travels we've seen out the two plays was because of good help D. And it's a sign of a good team at the moment that's working well together, Penrith. They've really come here to play and switched on.
They have.
And again, the ball movement by Penrith is really
fantastic.
Quick.
Much different to Manly. Open shots. And now Manly get an rebound and they're away.
Back in the quick transition again. Nice little dish, but the pass wasn't stuck, so she had to hold up and go back outside. Long range 2. Doesn't fall again.
Meg Jefferson.
Coming back up the court.
He's our floor general, number 6. Dominica Offner running the show. Go inside to Meg. But a broken play here.
Nice drive.
And we've got a foul.
Yeah, I think she saw the defence was out of place, and so she knew she drive in, she'll either get an uncontested layup or a foul, and either way, she's happy.
She really is controlling the game, Dominica.
She's a good player, isn't she?
Yeah, she's doing great. Good to watch. Hopefully my daughters are here watching her run the show.
Getting some pointers. It'd be good to see. But that's the thing, if you're a young kid watching some of these girls, this help out D from Penrith and what Dominique's doing, running the floor, and Meg Jefferson as a big girl, there's some, great examples of what players can do to be quality players here.
That's a great drive. They just can't hit the shots. I can feel them coming back. I know that they're going to start to hit. Yeah. There we go.
That's what they need. A few of these shots drops, and I'll tell you
Daniela Shepherd.
The lead wouldn't be as big as it is. We're sitting on, I think, 18-5 at the moment, and we've got 2 minutes to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, big 2 minutes. If they can get some defensive stops, turn it into transition baskets. So Another open shot for Penrith. Get that board for Manly, and
There we
we're
go.
away again.
That was a nice tip out on the board. She couldn't take it, but tipped it to an open play, and we run in transition again. They get 2 points here. Just bridge the gap a little bit. It's early days, so there's no panic stations yet.
You're right.
There
Tough shot. Foul called.
You know what? They get to go to the free throw line. You're banking on at least making one, if not both of these, and they'll just get the score. Just ticking it back up a little bit.
Yep, stops the clock, lets them reassess, get their defensive set. Let's see if they go full court pressure here after these free throws.
Looks like Meg's having a bit of a break at the moment. Number 20's come in from Penrith Panthers there.
So it's Lauren Walker. Oh, sorry, that's Chloe Blue.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, Chloe was part of the victorious Penrith team, or I can't remember if they were victorious or runner-up for the 18 girls last week in the Metro final. So she's a young girl playing up, and you know, she's a quality player. So you know, I think
Rebound to start.
she's not a bad little player to come off the court.
Yeah, I know when I'm coaching my girls, I say if you're coming off the bench, I want you to get a rebound, a steal, or a charge. They're the first three things to concentrate on. She's gone out there and got her first rebound.
And you know what? With how physical this game could be, the players could get tired. So these bench players could be crucial later on when fatigue kicks in and you're trying to rest. You know,
absolutely.
Leonie's giving Meg, you know, one of her key starters a rest already. He's giving her an extended break into quarter time.
Well, you can see there, Chloe's come on and just didn't get the offensive rebound, but interrupted it, so her team got it back.
You know, she's not scared to get in there, set some of those hard screens and box out on those boards again. And they're the little 1%ers that, you know, are going to make a big difference. Got another sub coming in here for Penrith, so Leonie's turned the roster on. So number 11's coming in.
Sarah Creaner coming in.
Who's coming out? Number 10's checked now.
Abby Williams is taking a rest.
Oh,
Manly with a minute to go here.
If they can get
First
something,
quarter.
you know, bring it back to a 10 or even an 8-point gap, I'd be pretty happy with that if I was the Manly coach. Just,
absolutely.
You know,
considering that they have got good shots, they just haven't fallen.
Yeah.
You can live with that and talk your team, get them some confidence, try and come back in the second quarter.
Yeah, you just want to stem the flow, don't you?
Yeah, but they need to get a stop here. They need to get more intense on defense.
There we go. Great steal. Now we're on a fast break. And there you go. The foul. I don't know if she'll shoot it or not. Be interested to see if the ref puts it to the line or puts it baseline. Yeah, baseline. She's still dribbling, and if you're going to foul them before they shoot, I reckon.
Yep.
Still no one in foul trouble. We haven't had too many. We're only 4-3 on the team foul count, so it's, you know, nothing too big at the moment. It's been spread. Manly running an inbound play here. Comes up high to Faith, who passes out to the wing. We've seen a pass entry, but again, the Penrith defence is there. And we have a drive and a foul, so you know, back to the line. So that's a win for him, getting back to the free throw line again.
Yeah, it's a great job, Antonia Henderson there. It was a really tough drive, and she's earned those two shots. Again, stops the clock, gives us half a minute. You know, if I was Manly, I'd be up and in here on the defence, trying to create a steal, just to get some more energy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Use that energy to feed your offence.
I told you, if I'm Manly if I'm Penrith right now, I am motivated because you know, we've come out firing. We've got a 10-point lead or so, 12-point lead, and so you know, they're doing quite well. And Manly's got to out enthuse them to try and get back into it.
Here they are. They're up and in.
Yeah, you
Full
picked
court
it,
press.
Super Coach. I can see why you won country this year.
Good defence. Okay, now you got to scramble back.
Yeah.
Excellent. That's better from Manly.
That's what we're going to see.
That'll keep the coach happy.
Slow up the offense. That's what you want to need, and force them into those longer shots.
Get your rebound.
Oh, see, that hurts there.
Coach killer.
That offensive
9
rebound.
seconds left. They can hold for one here. And really
If
stamp.
they can get a stop
stamp
here,
their
it's a
aggression.
win. And put back, and here we go. We're in quarter time. I don't think that's going to count. And we
Great
finished
first quarter from the Penrith
It was a
Panthers.
huge first quarter, and good. You know, they've done well, and they've now got an 11-point lead. We're 18-7 after the first quarter, and I tell you what, that was quite big.
Yeah. I think Super Coach Kerwin and the Manly staff there have got their work cut out for them to really stem the flow. Penrith offensively are almost getting what they like.
All right, and we'll be right back with the second quarter shortly. All right, and we're back here for the second quarter of this semi-final between the Penrith Panthers and the Manly Seagulls. And as we went to the break, it was Penrith that's come out of the blocks all on fire, and they've taken out an 11-point lead, which is a big, big benefit when you're going into the second quarter. How did you see the first quarter there, Craig?
Yeah, dominant performance by Penrith. I'm going to be really interested to see if Manly sticks with that zone defence. I don't think it was effective as they like. They were trying to use that zone to stop the flow of the inside play, particular of Meg. However, the offensive efficiency of Penrith just really took them away. So, be interested to see if they go back to man-on-man here at the start of the second.
Well, interestingly, Penrith have left Meg off and have gone with Chloe as their starting big girl, because Meg was on fire in those early ones. So that's putting a lot of faith here in Chloe. But you know what? When she came on the last few minutes, she held her own out there. So I'm not surprised. Give Meg a bit of a break while you can.
But it's also it's great to be able to give you, if she's your star player, take her off with a minute to go in the quarter, give her an extra minute, and because of the break, she actually gets a 5-minute break as opposed to a 2-minute break.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's a really effective use of the bench. And when you've got Chloe coming off the bench and playing as well as she is, you can do that.
Yeah. Oh,
great defence.
Spectacular. I was about to say, great offensive board, nice quick transition.
Big block.
But that was a huge block, wasn't it? That was fantastic.
And that when you're in that offensive flow and when you're dominating the game, those things happen for you.
I tell you what, she's a great guard, Binta. Sorry, she's a quality little guard for Penrith there.
Manly are being extremely aggressive at taking it to the basket, and they've earned more free throw attempts than Penrith. They just can't get their jump shots to sit.
Yeah, exactly right. I tell you what, if those jump shots could actually start falling, this game could come down quite quickly. Yeah, absolutely. But we're back at the line here again. So number 24 for Manly, Antonia's at the line, shooting 2 after that drive. And the first one went, I think last time she was at the line, she was 1 from 2. So we need to start, when you've got these free throws, you need to start dropping them, especially when you're down.
Bench issue at the moment. I'm not sure what that would be about today.
Yeah, well, that's been fixed up at the moment. So that first free throw looks like it does count. So we've got it now, a 10-point lead. So that Manly brought it back to 18-8.
Yeah, absolutely. Still in the game. Long time to go.
Yeah, 10 points is nothing in the second quarter. And I think too, Manly do seem to back themselves from with a bit of range in those 3-point shots. So if they've been scared putting a few up. So if they start dropping, that lead will come down. Yeah,
and as we've said, they've been very aggressive taking it to the basket. They're getting fouls starting to accrue on the Penrith team. If they can get the inside game started, get their outside game flowing with some jump shots falling, then that 10-point lead will decimate quite quickly.
And I'll tell you something quite funny too. I was just talking to Leonie before the game, and she's actually lost her voice. So she can't say a single word. She's actually a coach without a voice. And I jokingly said to her, maybe she should be the assistant coach. Well, at least she won't get a tech foul.
I wonder if the players enjoy that more.
Yeah.
Should do a straw poll.
Maybe that's why it looks so harmonious right now on the Penrith bench, because
maybe
the coach is not
maybe they'll tell her with a 10-point lead not to yell out ever again.
Yeah, she might have a new tactic here. Just don't talk to your players. It seems to work. Put trust in them.
Well, Manly have stuck with this zone. It is leading to more jump shots now for Penrith. That one was a bit short. Great drive. Offensive rebound.
And again, the basket doesn't fall. They run a great and quick transition, Manly, and yet they can't finish it off, and that's killing them. But I think it was Binta there, the guard from Penrith, that came up with the foul, and putting Antonia back to the line again.
That's her first.
So Antonia's been at the line a few times.
I think you got her again there.
Yeah, I did, didn't I?
Commentator's curse.
I was going to say she seems to go 1 from 2.
Hit this one?
Yeah, no, I'm going 1 from 2. She's been 1 from 2 all night. Commentator's curse has come out. Blame me on that one for, sorry, Manly fans.
Play from Penrith there. Manly get a sideline out of bounds.
This is not the first real chance, but it's a sign. They've got to capitalise on these opportunities when they come, don't they? If they don't, then it's going to be tough for them to bring back a 10-point lead, especially with Penrith playing so tough defence at the moment. You've got to take these opportunities when they come and capitalise on them.
Yeah, because what's scary for Manly. Meg Jefferson's going to come back in shortly, and if she continues to dominate.
Exactly right. Have a foul here. Looked like it was number 20. It's Chloe Bloom, number 20 for Penrith.
Just trying to get through that screen. I think just a little bit too aggressive.
But you know what? They're playing a pretty tight and tough man-to-man here.
Penrith's called for a timeout. Try and stem the flow.
Okay, now, just with this timeout, take this opportunity. We've got something pretty This week, Basketball New South Wales announced its first FIBA 3-on-3 endorsed event, which is being held at Sydney Olympic Park at the start of September school holidays. Games commence on Friday the 22nd of September with the Corporate Cup. On Saturday, action continues with competitions for under 13s, 15s, 18s and open male and female divisions on offer. And the best thing is spectators are free, so come on down and see some great 3-on-3 basketball. If you're interested in submitting a team, head on over to www.bnsw.com.au/3x3 basketball. That's 3x3 basketball for more information.
There's no over 40s comp for old people like me.
Oh, I reckon we can lobby for it. Absolutely.
I don't want to run around chasing 18-year-olds.
I was about to say, you need to get those Masters things going because, the other day I refereed a game and it was a youth league game, and can I tell you, those kids run too fast. I don't want to be doing that anymore.
But I really like the idea of the 3-on-3. I think the 3-on-3 for basketball potentially could be what 2020 is for cricket.
Yeah, well,
and I think it's an Olympic sport.
It is indeed.
A trial sport potentially.
It is indeed.
Coming into the next Olympics, so it'd be great to see some great Aussie kids getting out there, both men and women, and learning a different part of our game and excelling in that and hopefully medaling at the Olympics.
Yeah, it'd be fantastic. We've got some great basketballers too, and like I said, it's a pathway here for for those who don't want to play representative basketball. 3-on-3 is the perfect alternative. So make sure you get out there and have a look.
Yeah.
All right, we're back under action here after the timeout. So Manly are looking for a way in, but again, this tight defence.
We've got Kay Phillips manning the middle for Penrith. First three-pointer for Manly.
And this is Kay's first time on, isn't it?
Yep, made her way to the court.
So at the moment, we're now back to a 7-point lead. So Manly are just, taking a little bit each time away at this lead, and I think that's what needs to happen for them to get back into it. You don't want to panic too early. That could be Faith, and I think that might be her second at the moment.
Third foul, maybe.
And it was on Faith. Hands foul there. And I'm pretty sure that's going to be her second foul. That's all right. If it stays at 2 for this quarter, that's all right. But if she gets a third foul, she'll have to sit down, and that could be a big game changer here, or a big worry for Manly. She don't want to sit down.
Confirmation from the bench. Getting great ball reversals and open shots here, Penrith.
They really do move the ball well, don't they?
There you go.
Again, nice jump. That's the thing. Great ball movement opens up those shooters, doesn't it? And their shots are dropping at the moment. They've shot well, Penrith. They've shot really well tonight.
It just becomes a bit like boxing. It's a cumulative effect that when you're playing defence and you have to run from end to end and side to side like Manly are at the moment, it takes the juice out of you offensively.
Yeah, it really does. Manly looking to try and get something back here.
A 3-point shot.
Doesn't drop. Antonia goes up, but she was mismatched on the height there. It was tall order for her to pull down that board. And we've
She's
had
done a great job though, Antonia, since coming off the bench.
She's a guard that's not scared to get in there, is she? She doesn't mind getting into the key, boxing out, driving. She's a strong player, and that's what you need from your guards.
Yep, she's doing a great job. Full court pressure here for Manly. See if we can get some defensive action.
Well, they've forced a few turnovers, so they're going to have to keep doing this, I think, because it's worked for them, and they need to do something to unsettle this Penrith offense here. We have an open 3 here for Penrith.
Good box out.
Yeah, great box out. That's what we need. That's what Manly need. Those kind of box out and boards to steady the ship. As they look to come it out. Faith puts it back up tight to Antonia, who again drives in, puts up a little floater, and it falls.
She's doing a great job.
That's it. The offense is starting to come back to them now.
It is.
And if they keep doing that, then that's going to be a bit. Again, we're talking a bit about Faith and Antonia, and I think those two girls have to do quite a bit here.
I'm really interested to see how long Meg stays on the bench for, because she was dominating this first quarter, and we haven't seen her since about the 8-minute mark of the first quarter.
Yeah, absolutely. If I'm Leone, if this lead starts coming down bit by bit, I'd be wanting to bring it back on. Binter puts it up and it falls short, but they again pull down another offensive rebound, and again, that's the key to the Penrith at the moment. They've pulled down a few offensive boards and they've taken advantage of those second chances.
She's doing
nice little 15-foot floater there. Dominica again, she's a good shooter, isn't she? She's hit a few. Picture C, we'll see her halftime stats to see how many points she's got, but I wouldn't be surprised if she's pushing double digits soon.
That mid-range jump shot, she's got that working tonight.
Oh, she does it well, doesn't she?
Oh, good screen by Antonia. She's working really hard down low. 3-point shot.
3-pointers. That's a big drop there for Caitlin Castle there from Manly. And I tell you what, they've heard.
So that offensive, we talked about it. Their shots are starting to fall and the gap is starting to close.
We're down to 6 points now, so it depends what happens here. If they get a stop and capitalise, we could be looking at now only a 4-point lead when it did get out to 13 points in the first quarter. So if I'm Manly, I'm starting to get a bit more confidence out of what's going on here. Had a foul there. It's coming through. And we could see a few subs coming. We've got 3 coming in here for Penrith after this foul's been called. So coming in now is number 7, Tiana. Sorry, not Tatiana, Tiana. Also, I think it's number 13, Meg Cranor. And also number 10, which was Abby Williams, have come in for Penrith.
Just looking for a bit of energy, I think.
Yeah.
From the bench. Offensively, they've just become a little bit stagnant. Go inside. Great defence from Manly.
Great box.
Just can't get the rebound. Oh, great. 2 stops. Shot clock's down to 6.
Okay, they're starting to put, this is what you need, starting to put the pressure.
Comes Meg back into the
game. There we go. We knew it was coming soon. The offensive pressure, the defensive pressure is being put by Manly now, so I'm not surprised that Leonis decided to bring Meg back into the game. I think it was needed.
5 seconds left. I'm not sure if they know. Yep. Get their open shot.
Oh, big three-pointer. Massive 3 points there.
Dominica playing a great semi-final.
I tell you what, right now, she's best on court for Penrith, isn't she?
She's not only making the shots, but she's the court general. She's really leading her team around the court well. She's getting involved defensively. Penrith get the ball back.
I'll tell you what, those passes into the post, when you've got 2 big girls really evenly matched there, those passes have to be on point, otherwise you're going to have a turnover like we just saw there, and you can't afford that kind of stuff in this game, especially when you're down 8 points.
Well, the defence there was more about the ball pressure. The ball pressure makes the pass harder, so you can't release it as well. And so, again, Dominica is dominating in both offence and defence.
Again, Manly sitting in this zone.
Drive and kick, open jump shot. Passing inside.
Nice pass into Meg, and she draws the foul, and Penrith will take that every day. Again, they seem to be coping with this zone defence pretty easy, Penrith.
Yeah, drive and kick's working really well for them, and we've got a timeout coming here from Manly to try and figure out what to do. There's a 3rd foul there. I'm not quite sure who that was on, to be honest.
Yeah, we'll see.
Hopefully it's not their star.
Yeah, Faith. If it's Faith, they'll be in a bit of trouble at the moment, so hopefully it's not, because if she has to sit down, it's going to be tough for him.
Waratah League. They sponsor all the Waratah League. So he's going to be a fantastic support. Thanking Maitland for the continued support of basketball in New South Wales.
As we sit at the moment, we're in the timeout, and at the moment we've got a 9-point lead for Penrith, 25-16, and we've got 5 minutes to go in the second quarter.
It's probably a good time to plug the Aroma Fest that's happening here in Maitland.
Yeah, you're telling me about this, and I might nick off when I've got a break tomorrow and see this. What is it?
If you like coffee and chocolate, you're in the right town.
Who doesn't
this
like
weekend.
coffee and chocolate?
It's a festival that's been around for a few years, and it's great. It's on the riverbank.
Yep.
And in the levee in our city centre. And it's basically a lot of coffee providers, coffee vans, chocolatiers, some other nice wine, maybe a couple of beers.
Now we're talking.
And you get to go walk our great street, taste those great fare, and hang out with the great people in Maitland.
Well, it's a big weekend in Maitland. You've got the finals weekend for the Waratah League, and you've got the Aroma Festival.
Excellent for our visitor economy.
Yeah,
Spend lots of money here while you're here, people.
Bring in the tourist dollar.
That's right.
Well, if you're listening at home, you better come up here tomorrow and see the Aroma Fest and also see some great basketball.
The good thing is her first.
And I'll tell you what, she's made an instant impact, coming, pretty much from the sub bench straight on, and she drives in and draws a foul. Hits 1 from 2 on the free throws, pushing it out to a 10-point lead again. That lead did lead did decrease down to 6, but it's gone back out to 10. And
an interesting zone matchup that Penrith are running here. It's 1-1-3 zone they're running.
Be interesting to see what Manly do with it.
They're doing a great job of getting out the shooters.
They're forcing Manly into a lot of quick shots, and they're not open shots. They are tough shots. They're low percentage ones, and that's all you can ever ask. If you're as a coach with your defense, force them into low percentage tough shots.
That's right.
And every shot seems to be contested. Where at the moment Penrith are getting a lot of easy jumpers, and that seems to be the difference at the moment.
You're doing a great job of breaking this press, coming back in the zone, drive and kick, getting open shots. It's been very efficient by Penrith.
Would you stay in the zone, or would you look to change it to a man or something different?
I think I'd be going to man-on-man if I was Manly. I think they just need a spark. Penrith are getting what they want at the moment.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Cal, the head coach here for Manly, he must be quite frustrated with what's going on, and maybe he's waiting for half-time to have a longer chat with the girls and change the game plan, because they've got to change something, otherwise this could be quite tough. They've got 4 minutes left before half-time to try and bridge this gap.
Again, disrupted. Creates an offensive rebound, gets a great shot, unfortunately doesn't fall. She's doing a great job out there.
And Penrith come back up, and again, it's a standard play. They're just great motion, stretching their zone, and looking for
inside pass
entry. Easy does it. That's quality offense here at the moment by Penrith, and quite frankly, they're deserving their 12-point lead.
Yep. They need more ball pressure, Manly. That's why they need to go to man. That entry pass is just way too easy.
Yeah. You've got time to make sure it sticks, and it's when you have that, it's just a tough one to combat. Put up another 3, but it doesn't drop this time.
This is a critical 3 minutes for Manly. They can't let the lead blow out any further.
Yeah, you don't want to be going to half-time after getting it down to 6 to be looking at 14, 16-plus point deficit to try and make back in the second half.
Our first jump ball of the evening.
Yeah, it comes back, but I think it's going back to Penrith.
You see, that play there is Penrith just want it more.
Yeah.
And that's what semi-final basketball's about. You've got to want to get after the offensive rebound, want to get after your defensive assignment. And Penrith are doing that
and
with more energy tonight than Manly.
I think they rattled Manly early, and Manly haven't fully recovered yet. And all credit to Penrith. Like you said, they want it more, and you can see the intensity they're playing with their defence, that it's just the girls are playing hard. And again, Antonia drives in and draws another foul. I tell you what, she's a bit of a lone warrior.
You're right, lone warrior. She's doing a great job. If it wasn't for her, it could be a lot worse at the moment for Manly. Yeah,
she's doing herself quite proud out there in what is a pretty dominant display from Penrith. She's the shining star for Manly, and she needs some of her teammates to kind of share the workload. Otherwise, it's going to be tough for them to bridge the gap.
Yeah. It's really interesting to watch here. I do coach, you mentioned before, and I coach under 12s, and it's actually illegal for us to play zone. So it's quite different to be watching zone defence so much in this women's game.
So you wouldn't, what would you do in a zone? You don't have many plays picked up, written up for your players?
No, well, we can't in under 12s, and I think it's a great rule because it teaches fundamentals, teaches kids to stay in front of their player, it teaches offensive, spreading the ball, all those sorts of great things. And there is an art and it is a skill to play against the zone, and at this level, absolutely, you should be able to do it. It's just interesting sitting and watching it. So, haven't seen it for a little while.
Yeah, I don't profess to be a coach. I come from the refereeing ranks, but I am scratching my head while Cal, the head coach from Manly, is staying with the zone defence at the moment because it's just not working for him.
He can go back to it. I just think quickly change something up, make a change. You've got to do something to shake up Penrith's offensive efficiency.
Absolutely. We've had another foul here against Manly, and I think we're in the bonus at the moment, so they're going to lines. Yeah, both teams have the 5 team fouls with 2 minutes 40 left to go in the second quarter.
This is Meg Carina. I think this is her first trip to the line. Nice stroke, straight in.
I tell you what, and that's also hurt Manly too. They've missed quite a few free throws today.
You're right, good point.
The old coach killer, and free throws do win your matches.
They do.
And then Penrith, first trip to the line for Meg Carina, I think you said her name was, and she's hit both. So, it just shows you the benefit of free throw shooting, what it can do.
Yep.
And we're now out to a 14-point lead.
There you go, 3-point shot.
There we go. That brings 14 back down to 11. Yep. So, they're not out of it yet.
Get a stop.
Yeah. And we can see Manly can shoot. They're starting to drop a little bit now. If they can get on a bit of a run.
Critical 2 minutes.
Yeah. They want to try and get the lead under double digits going into halftime. That would be a big win for them. 3 from the outside.
Great rebound.
Chloe Bloom, great boards. She's strong, isn't she? For a young girl, she's very strong.
There we go. Nice little teardrop there.
Was that Binton that had that little floater?
Excellent.
Quality.
It all starts with the offensive rebound. She doesn't get that shot unless Chloe gets the board.
Open jumper for Manly doesn't drop, but they get an offensive board. Nice recovery, good hustle. That's what you want to see. But sadly, they couldn't capitalise on that second chance. And again, Penrith get another defensive rebound and run up the court. And we're seeing it time and time again. They've gone wide. Great ball movement. 3 doesn't drop.
Manly's ball.
Yeah, Manly's ball popped out there. Got another sub coming in from Penrith. Checking into the game is Tatiana Beaumont. And she's giving number 13, Meg Carina, a bit of a break at the moment, who's played well. She's done well when she's come on, Meg. She's been a good player.
I really like to see it's almost like the Twin Towers. We've got Chloe and Meg playing for Penrith, and I think offensively that's going to create a bit of a tough defensive matchup for Manly. So this last minute 20 will be interesting to watch.
And especially with Faith not on the court at the moment, it would be tough for Manly to compete with that height that they have in there.
Good point, because they are quite small at the moment. But again, we see the small Antonia take it to the basket and create a foul, and that's Meg Jefferson's second.
Again, she's back to the line here, Antonia. Let's see if she can capitalise on this. First one drops. Commentator's curse. I shouldn't have said anything.
Done well.
Let's see if it's back.
She's done well.
And 1 from 2 again. We've seen that a lot.
Keeps it at a 12-point lead.
Now we've got it approaching the last minute here of the second quarter.
Geez, they're working hard down low there, Chloe and Antonio.
I said these girls aren't scared to set some hard screens to hold up those cutters. They're playing quite a physical game, which is good to see.
Of the patience Penrith have shown here. Great drive.
Yeah.
Travel call.
But again, I think that's the right move. I know she travelled there, but, you know, she saw the opportunity to drive in and draw a foul and just frustrate Manly some more. So I can understand what Binter was doing there, although she did travel. So Manly need to take the opportunity and try and bridge this deficit going into half-time.
Yeah. Meg Jefferson to the bench for the final minute.
You know what, how do you think Manly's gone with Faith being on the bench for the last few minutes, being, you know, having a few fouls against her?
I think they've held their own. I think they've done well, and if they hit their jump shots, keep going inside, I think, to Antonia, who's doing a great job. They just need to get a stop here. Probably got a 2-for-1 situation for Penrith.
Yeah, we're approaching 33 seconds to go.
2 defensive stops will do it for Manly right here.
That's good defensive pressure. Great work. That's what they need. More of that, forcing them into the low percentage plays.
What a great entry feed that is, though.
Yeah.
Chloe has just planted herself under the basket, and Binter's done a great job getting it into there.
Yeah, it was
not much you can do about that defensively.
Not much you can do, and you know, you might as well put her to the line because she was under the basket. You know, you'd think she'd make that shot 9 times out of 10. So see, I don't think Chloe, I can't remember her going to the free throw line yet this game, so it'll be interesting to see how she goes. She's up to the task. Yeah. They've shot the free throw as well today.
They really have.
I reckon out of that lead at the moment, which is 13 points, half of that could be free throws between the two teams.
It's a really good point. Missed free throws, and this game's back to less than 10 points.
Yeah, absolutely, without a doubt. So Manly have the opportunity here to bridge this 13. This will be the last play of the game. They should hold it up, going down to 15 seconds. Move the ball around, get a good shot up. It's gone out wide. Antonia again drives in, as she's done before, and this time it drops. That's a good end. So we've got 4.
Great job on a team that's getting beaten here.
Going to push it. Binter's got to push the shot. Goes up and it misses. So that's a great job there by Manly to try and bridge the gap down a bit. So we're going into half time now. It's Penrith leading Manly Warringah 33-22 as we hit the half time break.
And I think from memory it was an 11-point lead at quarter time. So even second quarter, great job Manly.
Yeah, they did well. It'll be interesting to see what Manly do now because they've got extended time to chat to the girls and change their game plan, which I think is what they need to do.
And from our vantage point up here, it really does look like Penrith are dominating.
Yeah.
But the scoreboard only being 11 points, Manly are still in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we're going to take a break here and we'll be back on in the next few minutes to bring you all the action here from the second half.
It's a win for the Sydney Kings.
What a performance from the Sydney Kings tonight.
The Kings are ready.
The Kings are back.
The Sydney Kings.
Sydney Kings.
The Sydney Kings.
The Sydney Kings. The Sydney Kings. The Sydney Kings.
Is this what you want? This place is going on. Screen Lish around the corner for the win. Kevin Lish. That'll do it. The reigning MVP comes up huge.
Everyone's up on their feet.
Biggest screen in the Southern Hemisphere, counting it down to tip off.
It's a must-see event.
Give it up for a man. Take the L, you all on it. Set him up, knock him down. I'm going in, who gon' stop me now? Who gon' stop me now?
CLB 3-on-3 Aussie Summer Series.
Any age, any ability, any skill level.
Big basket, they needed that.
Second leg of that is Darwin next Saturday on the waterfront.
That high-paced tempo, frantic action.
The future of basketball arrived in Territory schools. Champions League basketball 3-on-3 format is on trial at grassroots level.
A game that has the potential to become an Olympic sport.
3-on-3 form of the game is growing quickly with 173 countries now playing.
Good afternoon and welcome to the final of the CLB 3-on-3 Aussie Summer Series. Crawford fires and hits. Chencho just says no way. Townsville are the champions.
You boys are going to Mongolia. Well done. Congratulations.
Former Crocodiles Peter Crawford and Luke Schencher will lead basketball onto the international stage next month, booking their place at the World Qualifiers in Mongolia.
The International Olympic Committee has announced that 3-on-3 basketball will be a medaled event.
It was announced that 3-on-3 basketball will now be an Olympic sport starting in the year 2020.
Okay, and welcome back here. My name's Tim Wheeling. I'm here joined by CMAC, Maitland's own Craig McGregor. Here we're commentating here for the Youth League Women's semi-final between Manly Warringah and Penrith, and it's Penrith who have the lead at the moment, 33-22. And Craig, what happened in the first half?
Yeah, I think Penrith have been extremely efficient in their offensive general, Dominika Offner. She leads the scoring with 14 points, and their big Meg Jefferson has been killing it inside with 8 points, and she sat for a long time. They gave her some great rest. For Manly, Caitlin Castle has 10 points, leading them, and Antonia Henderson, number 24, has really been aggressive on the offensive end since coming in. I don't think she started the match, but she's done a great job penetrating, taking it to the basket, and has earned a lot of free throws.
Absolutely, and as we saw at the end there, Manly's big girl Faith, who was going head to head with Meg early on in the game, she's accrued 3 fouls and had to sit out a lot of that second quarter. I think that cost them a bit.
Yeah, I think so, and you're right. And I think have you had a whiff of air, Tim? Does the air smell nicer at the moment? Does everything around this region feel better?
You know what? Ever since I've come here, I've just felt like a coffee. It's something I can smell in the air.
It's not just that. It's just I was just looking at the live scoring for the Knights, and the Knights are 3 in a row.
No, we don't. No need to talk about this. They're playing Parramatta, who is actually my team, and we do not need.
Surely you'd give us that. We're on the bottom of the table. Surely,
Craig, we're here at a basketball tournament. I hate to tell you, we're here at a basketball tournament. We should be focusing on the basketball. No one cares about the mighty Parramatta Eels, who will be in the 8. I don't know how you guys are going this year, but we'll be playing in September.
No 8 for us, that's for sure.
Yeah, if I was in the top 8, I would not want to be playing Parramatta, I tell you right now.
I think you're right.
Go the mighty Eels. Anyway, let's get back
into the action here in Maitland.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, Manly's got to come out of the blocks here with a bit of intensity and match it physically with Penrith, otherwise they'll be in a bit of trouble.
Well, it's scoreboard pressure they need, don't they? They're down 11. If they can get this under 5, well, then the offensive efficiency from Penrith might start to wane.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's see what Manly can do early on here. Gone straight inside to Faith, who kicks it back out to Antonia, who again drives, which she's done a lot today. Unfortunately, doesn't drop her again. Some of those baskets need to start dropping, otherwise it's just, it's going to be tough for them.
Offensively, she's still dominating. She's doing a great job. Just needs for that to fall.
Binner's moved it through their hands. As always, this well-drilled Penrith offense is working very well here. All the girls know their role. 3 goes up, doesn't drop, so Manly got the ball back, running up the court. Caitlin's got the ball, looking for the drive. Put herself into a bad situation. Yeah, got a bit lost and turned the ball over. Pass to no one, and Penrith again. If they can capitalise on this will hurt Manly.
Yeah, and we talked about it at the sort of back into the second quarter there. They had the twin towers of Chloe and Meg on the court, and that's going to be a really tough matchup for Manly here.
Antonia's just got the foul there against Meg Jefferson. We're about to see how many fouls that is for Antonia. They'd be in trouble if she's got too many. I think she's got her a second, so it's only 2. It's not panic stations at the moment. So we've got the inbound here for Penrith at the baseline. Let's see what they can do with it. She pops it up high. Kicks it back out. Nice little jump shot. Doesn't drop, but again, Meg with the boards.
Rebound.
Again, offensive rebound and a foul. It's almost like we're on a broken record at the moment with how many times Meg Jefferson has done that.
It is, and like we just mentioned, it's a tough matchup for Manly with both Chloe and Meg on the court at the moment. They really need to box out and box out hard.
I was a bit disappointed you brought up the Parramatta result. It's cutting me deep here.
Sorry about that.
I thought you were going to talk about the Aroma Festival, chocolate,
Big Knights fan, and I always say that the air smells better. The food tastes better when the Knights win.
Yeah.
Well, it's been a long time.
I was about to say, you haven't eaten much good food this year then.
Been a few years.
Don't mind the Knights. Hope they do well. Still haven't forgiven you for that grand final that we will not talk about.
Well, these girls are playing for a grand final. Let's see if Manly can step up and get themselves back in this match to try and play tomorrow night.
Yeah, and I think Manly has shown they've got the potential to actually bring this back. They've got the shooters. They just haven't dropped. Faith's got an open shot here, and she'll put it up. Bounces around, doesn't drop. I thought that was going to go in there and be maybe hopefully a bit of a catalyst to get the spark, but it didn't work out. But they've got the inbound from the baseline. They've got a new 14, so they've got time to set something up here. Looks like they're running a set play. Wonder what they're going to free up here. Out to number 14.
Good play, straight back to the passer. Yeah. And 1.
Great work.
That's the sort of stuff that could spark the team, get them back into action.
So at number 14 for Manly, Josie, since she's come on, and she started the second half here for him, she's been quite good. She's been in a few things. Some good passes. She was the one that put it in there to get it. So it'll be interesting to see what happens.
I love the simplicity of that play. Just straight back to the out-of-bounds passer.
Go back to basics, isn't it?
Yep. Someone defensively miss out on that assignment, and she's under the ring and gets an opportunity for a three-point play. Unfortunately, couldn't make the back end.
Okay, so we're back up here with Penrith at the moment. Moving the ball quite nicely. Again, they've done that skip pass a few times, and it seems to work quick for them, because then they put a quick follow-up.
Tough pass there.
Rare mistake by Meg. And we can see this turnover, and these are the kind of turnovers where Manly need to capitalise on.
Keeping Manly in the game, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. Absolutely is. And if it's enough to keep in the game, all they need is that little run, put a bit of pressure on Penrith, and they can bring it back. And Manly do look a lot better with Faith on the court. They look a bit more balanced. Antonia doesn't seem like she's carrying all the load at the moment.
No.
Still
would like to see a little bit more ball movement from Manly. They're taking that sort of one pass first shot, whereas Penrith are moving the ball around a little bit better and getting more open shots. Except for this here, good save by Binter.
Well,
10 seconds left on the shot clock here.
And again, another turnover here. Chloe Byrne fumbles it. Nice pass to Josie. What's she going to do here? Kicks it back out.
Great recovery on the defence by Penrith here. Good scramble.
Puts up the big outside shot. Doesn't drop there. That was number 11 there for Manly, Emily Kremer, who didn't have a drop, sadly, the three-pointer. I think Manly's only hit 2 3-pointers, both in the second quarter, if I'm not mistaken. So they're not scared to put up the shot, but it just hasn't dropped for them.
Manly doing a great job here defensively, keeping themselves in the game. That's 3 turnovers in a row.
Defensively, they have picked up since the first half, haven't they?
Yep, they just need to make their shots.
Look, tough defence there by Meg, but she gets called for the foul. And Antonia, again, she's good at drawing those fouls, Antonia. It seems to be something she's quite good at, and they need to keep turning. Put some of these Penrith players in foul trouble, and that's some way to kind of stop their momentum.
Well, that's Meg's third foul.
She's going to sit down. This could be a big time now.
So we talked about it before, the twin towers of Meg and Chloe being subbed off. So Penrith going a little bit smaller here, and I think that's probably a wise thing with some of the speed that Manly has been taking advantage offensively. Hasn't led to scoreboard pressure, but let's see if they can't take advantage right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Faith puts up a bit of a floater.
Good intensity by Faith.
Great work. Pass doesn't stick. We had a cut there by Caitlin, baseline cut, and it just didn't stick. But you know what? I think it was the right play. It was just, the pass didn't hit the mark, but they're starting to look for those options, so they need to move that ball quicker.
Yeah, absolutely.
Again, Penrith putting around the outsides with Tatiana, who looks inside, setting up Yeesh, goes to work. Great defence there. Great defence. That was Josie from Manly. She's a good little player for a guard. She wasn't scared to put her body on the line there. Great. That was strong work there by
Penrith. Really needed that after 3 or 4 turnovers in a row.
We're sitting here at the moment, 24-37, 6.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter of this semi-final for the Youth League Women Div 1 for the Moulton Waratah League. Faith puts it inside to Antonia, kicks it back out, puts up the jumper. Doesn't drop again, but we get an offensive rebound. That's what Manly need, those second chances. Ball's back with Faith. She goes inside.
Great drive.
Great drive, and she makes the basket.
Josie Bullman made that happen. The intensity to force an offensive rebound. She's done a great job since coming on.
Yeah, we've seen her name a lot since coming on. An awful good thing. So, I reckon the Coach Cal might leave her out here for a little while.
Yeah, she's earned it.
They look inside again. Penrith,
great defence.
Great defence. That's what they need. Meg Creaner could make a finish.
Under 10 points here. Ooh, lucky to get away with a carry there.
Yeah. Bit of a fumble there, but she was able to recover.
Good screen.
Yeah, great drive there. Couldn't finish it off. There was a great drive there for Manly. That was number 9, Caitlin Castle, but she just couldn't finish it off.
They're the plays you look back. That there cuts it to 9 points.
Yeah, that's a big... And if they score here...
Bang.
That's a big turnaround. Yeah, 9's a lot better than 13. It's a 4-point turnaround, really. And that layup should have been made. She didn't change hands. She went with the inside arm and should have gone outside. So Caitlin looking for the drive, puts up a little jumper off the glass and it goes in. So it's, back to 11 points. See if they can get a defensive stop here, the Manly Sea Eagles. Again, Penrith going with their traditional setup. Driving there by number 8, Tatiana, who draws the foul on the pass. So we'll have an inbound from the side.
I think that might be on Antonia.
Ooh, how many is that for Antonia? That's her third. Morrison times, but no, she's staying in the game at the moment. Number 11 for Manly is checking out. That's Emily Kremer checking out for Manly. So Antonia's got to be careful, because if she's in foul trouble and Faith as well, that could be...
It's going to make it very difficult.
Yeah, very difficult for him. And down the stretch, you want both those players out there being able to play hard, not worrying about the fouls. Benson with the offensive rebound.
Reset there, 4 seconds to go. Great drive.
Great work. That's great scrambling to save the offense and get the points.
That's just great court awareness, knowing the shot clock wasn't reset, attacking the basket, making things happen.
So it's back up with Manly at the moment. Caitlin's got the ball. She hands it off here to Josie, who pushes it around to Faith. Back along the top. They're trying to find a way in, but the Panthers aren't giving her anything. So Tonia drives again.
3 seconds on the shot clock.
And again, and then
that's a shot clock violation.
Shot clock violation at the moment there. So the out of bounds doesn't matter. Again, Manly just couldn't find a way in it, and they were really clutching at straws at the end of the play there, and put up a low percentage shot.
Coach Cowell was just communicating with Antonia to try and maybe potentially pull up and shoot that jump shot.
Yeah, she did
creating a bit of space for herself, but taking it all the way to the basket just doesn't seem to be working for her at the moment.
Yeah, she's not hitting any free throws, so maybe it is better pull up and see what happens. Okay, we have an out of bounds at the moment. Penrith keep the ball. We've got 9 on the shot clock. Just under 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter. And we're looking at 28-41, so we're looking at a 13-point deficit still. Seems to be hovering around that 11 to 13.
Yeah, it really has. After a great start by Penrith, the scoreboard has been quite stagnant at that 11, 13-point mark. If Manly can just inch in and get it under 10 points, I think there'd be a bit of pressure on Penrith.
Yeah, absolutely.
Might change how they feel offensively.
Caitlin jacks up the 3, but it's no good. Turnover in Penrith, so Binter's got the ball running up the court. She's run a good floor, hasn't she, from Penrith? She's a good guard.
She's doing a great job, and it allows Dominica to step over to the wing spot, where she's continued to dominate.
Absolutely.
Ooh,
3 points doesn't fall.
3-pointer there.
But again, Binter's there to pick up the scraps. The big girls are pulling down the boards, but Binter's coming in and just taking it out for them.
Yep, need to box her out.
Yeah. Whoever's on her really needs to stop.
I'm out Manly. What's Coach Cal got up his sleeve with really 13 minutes to go here in a do-or-die semi-final?
Yeah, I was about to say, something does need to change here for Manly. Otherwise, the fourth quarter could come and go and the deficit might be too bad. You know what? In April, the I'm a Girl campaign aims to provide a marketing platform to encourage females of all ages to play straight basketball. Associations wishing to be a part of the I'm a Girl program, please contact Rachel Herrick at the Basketball New South Wales office on 02 8765 8555 or at her email rachel.herrick, which is HERRICK at bnsw.com.au. And can I tell you, it's probably good to talk about it here with the Youth League Women, but the I'm a Girl campaign's fantastic. Female participation is a real crucial part of our sport. That, you know what, sometimes we're struggling to get the numbers with the females, and it's a great initiative to try and encourage more girls to be involved in whatever capacity they want with our great game of basketball.
Yeah, and look, again, I'm a bit biased, having 3 daughters, and they were all here today, and they had a great time with the Basketball New South Wales and Maitland Basketball partnering for the I'm a Girl program here at 5 o'clock, and it was a sea of pink. It was fantastic.
It was great to see, and great, good on Maitland Basketball, not just hosting the finals, and thank you again for doing that, but really embracing the I'm a Girl campaign and doing great stuff with it. So make sure you check out your local association and get involved with it. Anyway, we're back here.
And this is 2 great girls teams playing, or women's teams playing here, Youth League. Let's see if Manly can get back and make a game of it.
You know what, if Penrith, which they've just hit another 2 there, to push the lead out now to, I think it's 15 or 17.
17 it is.
17 it is at the moment. I tell you what, I'm going to have my money on Penrith tomorrow. If they're playing like this, they're going to be tough to stop, on Sunday in the finals. And don't forget, the winner of this game will play the winner of the semi-final that's happening on the court across from us, which is Illawarra versus the Central Coast. And I'll get a score for you shortly on that game.
Oh, close game over there. It's 36-all with 3 minutes to go in the third.
You know what? If I'm Penrith right now, I'm happy. I want those 2 teams to beat each other up and run each other ragged. Yeah, exactly right. Go to double, triple overtime. Would love that. Absolutely.
Do we get paid extra if this goes to overtime?
Absolutely. We get paid by the minute. We get paid with red frogs by the canteen, just so you know. Yeah, the good thing is us commentators here, we get a lot of money, paid in lollies, which is my currency. Which is kind of fitting. We're up here for the Aroma Festival with,
That's
the chocolate and the coffee too.
It's going to be great. And if you do get a chance, go and enjoy a chocolate dipped marshmallow or a chocolate dipped strawberry while you're having your coffee.
Absolutely. We'll need the energy. We've got a big game, a big day of semi-finals tomorrow, so maybe that sugar hit might be needed.
It'll be great. And the weather's perfect at the moment, so it'll be great. Nice part of the city will be excellent.
Oh, it'd be nice to, I don't know if I'll get a chance to enjoy the sunshine being in a stadium all day tomorrow, but if I can't go out and enjoy the sunshine, I'm glad I'm watching some quality basketball.
Just think Manly need to get the ball inside here and maybe go inside out. They're relying on the jump shot, which just isn't falling because they just aren't getting open enough.
Exactly, and now we're falling under the last 2 minutes here of the third quarter, 45-28, and a big and one. That is huge. What a finish. That's a strong finish there. That was number 6, Dominica again. She's been a great player.
She's doing a great game.
She's probably best on court at the moment.
Yeah, at the moment, absolutely. She's not just doing it with the ball in hand. We said with Binter on the court, she's been able to slide over to the wing position, and that's where she's been quite dominant as well.
It's really freed her up. It's a good backcourt combination, Binter and Dominica, isn't it?
Great job. And one.
That's
Great
what
drive.
Manly needed.
There we go. Inside play, stop the clock, go to the free throw line, try and eat into this big lead, 17 points.
And no surprise again, it was Antonia on the drive that was able to do that. Yeah, she's gone in hard all day towards the basket, but you know what? She hasn't made enough of those layups. She's played well, but just hasn't been able to finish them off. And some days they drop here, and other days they don't. This seems to be one of the days where it's not, sadly, at the moment.
Free throws are killing Manly at the moment.
Yeah, if stats were on this game, I'd hate to see. If I was a coach, I'd almost dread to see how many missed free throws they've had today.
Into for 3.
Doesn't fall, but Manly were able to pull down the board, bring it up, see what they can do. She lobs it out to White to Antonia's got an uncontested jump shot for 3, doesn't drop.
Great offensive rebound.
Able to pull it down. I think that's Josie for 3, doesn't
Another
fall.
Offensive rebound. Tony is just struggling with some of these close shots.
Yeah, they had 3.
I think she's tired, quite frankly. She's been on the court for the majority of the game.
I can't remember being subbed out.
Might be time to get her out, give her a quick break, get it back to close out the game and try and bring your team back.
Yeah, if they're going to have any hope of bringing it back, she needs to play the whole fourth quarter. And like you said, she does look tired.
3 points,
and that,
almost a dagger.
It really is. That's going to hurt Manly.
It's out to 20 points now.
Biggest lead of the game. We're into our last minute. 20 points Penrith are leading the Manly Warringah Sea Eagles here in the semi-final between 2 versus 3. I tell you what, there's going to be, I think, from Manly a lot of 3 balls now to try and bridge that gap. The inside game wasn't working for them. They were drawing the fouls, but the baskets aren't dropping, so maybe they're going to have to shift to an outside game.
Yeah, and they've gone back to more of a man-on-man defence. Oh, lovely.
Oh, what a drive. Great footwork there by Binter.
Oh, nearly got away with one.
Again, she's just that guard that when you want her to be on your team. She's disruptive. She's niggly. Yep. She's everywhere.
She's a little bit disappointed with that call.
You know what? That drive, that footwork was quality. And it looks like she's getting a break at the moment, and a well-earned one too, to have an extended break going into the fourth quarter. As Tatiana checks back into the game, I think, no, she stayed off. Number 21 for Penrith's come back on, Kay Phillips. Right now, if I'm Leone, I'm probably thinking, give my starters a bit of a rest. They're going to have another game to play in 2 days'
It's
time.
a really good thing. Do you start to think strategy now? You've got to be still in this game. It is a 19-point lead, but do you just start to think about the next game?
Yeah, but at the same time, you want your bench players to get a bit of court time, play out here, get a bit of finals feeling, so they're not as nervous going into the grand final.
Absolutely, because you might need them.
Exactly right. Again, because you don't know when you're going to have foul trouble and things like that. So, getting Kay, who's their backup big girl at the moment, when Megan closed off.
And again, great ball movement leads to a quality shot, just doesn't drop.
We're moving into the final play of the game. We're dropping down to 5 seconds. Josie with the quick one. She kicks it out.
Big 3-pointer here.
Does it
Josie
drop?
Again.
No.
Nearly with the offensive rebound. She's done a great job, Josie Bullman, coming on.
And now we're going into the three-quarter time break with an 18-point lead, 50-32.
Great third quarter by Penrith.
Massive third quarter by Penrith, and I think it's going to be a tall order. 18 points and a quarter of basketball will be quite tough for Manly to bring it back. We'll be back to you shortly with all the action from the fourth quarter here.
crank it up.
And welcome back here to Maitland Basketball Stadium, where we're heading into the fourth quarter of the first semi-final for the Malton Waratah League Youth League Women. Now, we've got an 18-point deficit where Manly's got to make it back, and they need to make it in the first few minutes, otherwise this game is pretty much well and truly over. What do you think, C-Mac?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's do or die.
Yeah.
You know, 18 points. 18 points is doable for this team. And they need to really, really start to think about offensive efficiency, driving the basket. They need to really muscle in a bit more on defence and try and stop the inside dominance of Penrith.
And we're talking
10 minutes to go.
Yeah, absolutely. We're talking before the break. Does Leone, run with her starters or give her bench a run? It looks like she's got a lot of her bench players out here at the moment.
She does too. Which, you know what, that could be the opportunity that Manly's looking for.
Yeah, absolutely. But I tell you what, if this,
There you go. Great defensive start.
That's what they need. That kind of hustle.
You got to leave it all on the floor for a semi-final, do or die semi-final.
Absolutely. Don't leave anything out there, and I tell you what, if this lead starts to go down, Leone will bring in the likes of Meg and Binter back on pretty quick,
Correct.
I think.
Yep, absolutely. There you go, good start.
Manly got a bit of hustle right now.
Starts with one defensive stop at a time. There we go.
Great ball movement.
Excellent.
There you go, they need that to drop. That's Kate dropping the big one.
As a team, they haven't had many three-pass ball movements to open jump shot. That feels good.
That was probably the best offensive player of the game.
Yep, let's see if we can convert this down to under 10. Oh, great offense by Penrith.
But easy baskets like that are going to hurt you.
That is great offense.
That's the one thing Manly haven't been able to do is stop the Penrith offense.
They've just been so efficient.
But it shows you what quick ball movement can do. Penrith have done it well, and the first time that Manly really did it well, they got an uncontested jump shot, and Kay made the points.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we had a missed jumper there from Manly, so Penrith coming back up, and they're probably going to slow it up a bit here. They're going to be in no rush. Take their time, set the offense, use it.
Use the clock is their friend. Great offensive flow.
It's the right pass, but it doesn't fall. There we had the foul. So Manly will have it, foul on the rebound. I think it was Josie that was pulling down the board there and was able to draw the foul on the rebound. So let's see if Manly can get something happening in here.
It's even, when do they start to think three-pointers too?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, they need to start. Here we go, three-point shot.
Doesn't drop. Antonio goes to the board. Can't get the rebound, sadly. She gets the foul, and I'm thinking that could be her fourth. No, it's only her third. That's okay. She doesn't need to sit down just yet. And quite frankly, even if it was her fourth, I'd be leaving her out there.
Absolutely.
You got to. No question about it at all. Now we're seeing right here, Penrith are coming up the court again. And I'll tell you what, this offense has been dominant. I think it's going to be that way right now. Even though it's their bench players on.
It's just been so crisp. They've got whatever they like tonight. Done a great job.
Oh, great defense there by Kay. Gets the turnover. She runs on the transition. Passes out to Caitlin, puts it back into Kay. That's great ball movement. Goes in, no foul there, but she was able to get the inbound from the baseline for the out of bounds.
17 seconds, so still got plenty of time on the shot clock here.
I know she got stopped by defense, but that ball movement was quite good.
Yeah, it has taken the fourth quarter to see some ball movement from Manly.
Yeah, they needed this in the first quarter, not the fourth. We're still sitting with an 18-point deficit here, 52-34. Quick inbound to Josie, gets caught under the basket, tries to put up a tough shot that doesn't drop. She was triple team there, so it was a tall order for her to make it.
Yes.
And the end one for Penrith, and that's her fourth foul. And she knew it too. As soon as she went up, she knew she was out of position, and there was going to be nothing but a foul, and the basket drops. Sub coming in, I think Antonio is going to sit down for a minute or two here. Number 5 checks in for Manly, that's Caitlin Keefe.
No, she's taking young Josie off.
Young Josie off. I would have left her out there. She was playing quite well.
Yeah,
she's been one of Manly's better players.
It's really good to watch the young girls get a chance in Youth League, because this is our Waratah League stars of the future.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Abby Williams was able to convert the and one and make it a 3-point play there for Penrith. And that's taken a bit of the, the wind out of the sails for Manly at the moment. They just don't have that same crisp ball movement or intensity. But, little jumpers, that was a little 15, 20-footer there by Faith for 2. Just keeps that dream alive. Ever so faint, but it's still there at the moment.
Yeah, clock is their enemy here. 7 minutes 30 left.
Yeah, they really need to start getting some stops, don't they? There's one. There's the first one. Board pulled down by Antonia. She's bringing it up the floor.
Yeah, need to attack the basket. Go with some pace here.
She goes hard, dishes it out. We've got the open three. Doesn't drop again. They're creating the looks, but they're just not going down. They're going to live and die by that three-point shot at the moment, and right now it's just not falling.
With what's that, 19-point deficit?
Yeah.
They need to score quickly.
Though the
Penrith are just running what they like.
They really are. You know, credit to Manly. They're not giving up. The defensive pressure's still there, but again...
Patience inside to Meg Jefferson. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. 2 points.
And smart play by Leone bringing Meg in just to, you know, steady the ship, just to take the game pretty much away from Manly to the point of no return, and then probably rest her again for the last few minutes.
Nice drive.
Nice drive, and it falls. There's the one. Chance for a three-point play, and they need this free throw to drop. And it's Caitlin Castle going to the line for the three-point play after that drive.
She's like a quiet offensive play. It's one of those players that you don't really notice that she's scoring. It was actually a surprise to me at half-time when she was leading scorer for Manly. Yeah. And she's done the same in the second half. She's just accumulating points, and she's not flashy, she's just getting it done.
She's a player that every coach wants in a team, isn't it?
Yeah.
Penrith have the ball. Good hands there by Manly.
Good job.
That was Rachel Duncan with the quick hands. Wasn't able to force a steal, but again, it puts Penrith on the back foot with their offense, and let's see if they can force a low percentage shot and get the turnover.
Inside to Meg. Outside. Great ball movement. Open shot.
Doesn't drop. Good boards by Manly. Geez, that Penrith offense is good, but isn't it?
Yeah. I think I'm not sure who's winning out on court one. It's 55 to the Central Coast Crusaders, up 41.
So at this stage, we could have a Central Coast versus Penrith final.
What a great matchup that would be. And I know there's a couple of local girls playing for the Central Coast, and I think if they play in this Penrith team, they're going to have their hands full trying to stop this offence.
I'll tell you what, make sure you get down here. If you're from Penrith or the Central Coast and these scores hold and those two teams go to the grand final, this is going to be a cracking grand final. Make sure you get here on Sunday and support your team. Manly with the quick transition. Faith puts it up from the outside. Doesn't drop yet again, so Penrith pulled out another board.
It's a bit of an up and down game at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely is.
Still at 17 points, our lead, 57-40, with just over 5 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter.
I tell you, Leone is really taking the game away. She's brought Dominica, Binta and Meg all back on.
Yep.
You know, three of her arguably best or better players, and there's no question, you know, it's just taken the game away.
Timeout called by Manly. This is their last chance, really, the coaches, to say, here we go.
Yeah.
You've got 5 minutes 23 left in your season potentially. What can they rustle up here offensively? What can they do to get back in this game?
Yeah, you can't give up at all. No matter what the score is, it's a semi-final. You need to play to the end. You know, have a bit of pride in what you're doing. And you know what? The Manly girls haven't given up.
No, absolutely not.
They've played a strong, tough game. It's just one of those games where their shots just haven't dropped.
Yeah, it was a tough start. I think the tough start, and we haven't had a close match from 3 minutes in. And I think it's just continued from there. So that confidence hasn't been there for them during the whole game. But if they can, again, just really nut down on defence, make a few open jump shots here, put a bit of scoreboard pressure, it may lead to something here in this last 5 minutes. Let's hope so.
Yeah, exactly right. And you know what? You are right. It was a tough start. It really was.
Tough start.
Penrith came out of the blocks.
By Penrith. Dominant inside. Manly went to a zone. Penetration and pitch. Open jump shots by Penrith. It just got them the start they wanted.
Absolutely. So, you know, we'll see what Manly's made of here. Let's see if they can close the game out and show the pride they have in their singlet. And, you know, like I said, 19 points may seem like a big task in 5.5 minutes, but on a basketball court, anything's possible.
So what are the other divisions that are here this weekend, Tim?
Can I tell you, you know, tomorrow is semi-final Saturday. It is going to be phenomenal. We have the semi-finals of both the Youth Men 1, Division 1, and Youth Men Division 2.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you what, the Youth Men Division 1 is probably the most athletic game of basketball you'll ever see.
Yeah, our Maitland boys just narrowly missed out. They were beaten by Blacktown last Saturday.
In the quarterfinals. And I think
love to have them here at home tomorrow.
And Blacktown's McQuesh Malouche, I think, lit up for about 40-odd points in that game. He was the season MVP, I believe, for the Youth League Men 1, and well deserving too.
For a reason, obviously.
Yeah, and
here
also
we go, Manly. Hit
here
a
we go,
three.
turnover.
Hit a steal. See if we can get another score.
Caitlin with the drive, doesn't fall.
Foul call.
But foul number 11, a minute Emily Cram, I don't know if she'll be going to the line on that one. It's probably going to be a baseline inbound.
So it's a big 3 by Rachel Duncan there.
Oh, huge 3. It's really been dropping all night for Penrith. And I'll have to double check the timetable. I don't know if you know off the top of your head, C-Mac, but I think the home team in the State League Women, Maitland, are playing on court 1 tomorrow.
I'm not sure what time. I should know that. I know they are playing tomorrow, and I'm sure there'll be a lot of local people here because there are a lot of local girls playing for that Maitland team. And I think the Maitland women's program is going through a bit of a golden era. We've got our under 14 girls who have qualified for the Nationals for the first time in Maitland's history.
Yeah, and just so you know, I'm doing my bit to support those girls. They're doing a sausage sizzle as a fundraiser here, and I've already had one. I guarantee I'll be having 3 or 4 tomorrow.
Good stuff.
Yeah, so
my eldest is part of that team. I'm extremely proud, and we'll be going down to Melbourne to watch her in October. And Maitland will be flying the New South Wales flag along with Newcastle in country, and I think Manly maybe for
they are indeed.
Metro.
And I think the Sydney Comets as well.
Sydney Comets, there you
the
go.
Sydney Comets are going for both the 14 boys and 14 girls, and the Sydney Comets are actually the defending champions in the 14 boys.
Yeah, I actually watched that game last year, and that was quality basketball for under 14s.
And I do believe, I could be wrong, I'll double check, but I think Maitland might be the 11 o'clock game on the show court tomorrow. Because I know
they better be on the show court.
Yeah, of
they
course.
won't fit in this little court here.
Yeah, there's no question they'll be on the show clock. They'll either be at 9 or 11. So jump on to bnsw.com.au and look for the Waratah League links to check out all the times for tomorrow.
Yep.
And if you're a local coming down to support Maitland, firstly, get here early to get a seat because it will be chockers on that State League women's game. And secondly, make sure you buy a sausage sizzle.
Buy a sausage sizzle, support the girls, travel on to Melbourne. So we had Antonio foul out there, unfortunately. That's potentially her season done.
But you know what? That's one player that can walk on knowing she's given.
On the court,
she really has. She's given everything, and she can hold her head very high with how she's played. She's been phenomenal. She's borderline. If half her drives drop, she'll be borderline MVP in a losing team for this game.
Yeah, absolutely. Who would be your MVP at this point with 3 minutes to go?
You know, it's a tough one, but for me right now, Dominica's first half was just phenomenal, and I think it's hard to look past her.
Yep.
But you know what? You know who's impressed me? The little guard, Binta. She has been fantastic.
Correct.
Defensively, if there was a Best Defensive Award right now, I'd be giving it to her.
Chloe and Meg inside. It's just been a dominant team performance.
But you see, the thing
Faith has really come along here in the fourth quarter, though.
Yeah, she has. She's, you know, she's one of their stronger players, and I think Penrith had a plan and executed well on her early on and really frustrated her, but she's been able to free herself up, but sadly it's a little too late
Inside
a bit.
Action there. Just too dominant inside, Penrith.
Yeah, absolutely. We're 61-45 right now, approaching 3 minutes left in this semi-final, and I think it's been a pretty dominant display by Penrith. And, you know, right now, I wouldn't be surprised there's some subs coming in for Penrith shortly, the next dead ball, and Leone will start resting the likes of the Binter and the Meg, I think.
Yep, you're right. It's almost time to put the cue in the rack, isn't it?
Yeah. Bit of a luxury at the moment. It's Chloe Bloom that gets to sit down. You know, you take Meg off and you bring Chloe on, or you take Chloe off and you bring that number 21 on, Kay Phillips, who's quite a dominant force inside too. She's got some great height there. You know, they're blessed with height, this Penrith team, and that's.
Well, and the guards have done a great job feeding the bigs. They've really done a great job of starting inside, moving it outside, hitting their open shots. Here we go again. Meg inside. Great defense by Faith. She's still playing. She still wants to win.
Yeah, and that's a sign of a true competitor. Like I said, no one in this Manly team can walk away, you know, with their head down. They've done their association proud. Making a semi-final is a huge achievement, and they've all played their guts out. It just didn't drop for them tonight.
Yeah, you're right.
And quite frankly, I don't think any team could have come up against Penrith with how they started and won this game.
That's right. Well, great defence there. Meg Jefferson.
Tell you what, the intensity for Penrith has not dropped off. It doesn't matter what five Leone's running, the intensity is there. They're a team on a mission at the moment.
Running their offense. It's like they're at a training session here.
But you know what? Penrith...
Here we go, open shot.
I do believe, don't quote me on this, but I do believe they are the defending champions.
Ah.
The 18 Girls Division 1...
This was a grand final rematch.
It was, in the 18 Girls Division 1 last week. One in Penrith at the home association, the Metro Grand Finals, and half those girls are playing in this game. Because this is a team that plays a lot together and knows how to win.
Well, and it looks that way. You can see they play as a team. We talked about that. Who's the MVP? It's really hard to choose because it's been a dominant team performance.
You know what, Leone, like I said, she's not just one of the most experienced coaches that Penrith have, but one of the most successful. She was coaching that 18 girls team, I do believe. Yep. And so, you know, she knows what it takes to take a team all the way, not just to a grand final, but win it as well, which is something in itself. So, you'd be hard pressed not to back them. I know Central Coast were the minor premiers, I do believe, for the season. But you know what? If on the Central Coast, playing Penrith is going to be a tall order, and it's going to be a cracking grand final on Sunday.
Yeah, well, it looks that way. It's 3 minutes to go out on court one, and it's 60-43. Central Coast are leading.
Over the Illawarra Hawks there. So right now we're looking at a Penrith Central Coast Grand Final, and so we've got the top team in last year's Grand Finalists. It's a promoter's dream Grand Final.
Excellent.
So let's see how Penrith go closing out. The 3 ball wasn't able to drop. Faye picks up the crumbs and she brings it up.
So final minute 23 of Manly's season. Let's see him get a nice offensive set here.
And I know this game's been over for a while, but neither team's intensity has dropped.
No.
So it was a nice open look there for Penrith, for Manly. Wasn't able to drop number 31 there. Danila Radzevic.
And the other thing to mention here is we've got 3 great officials who have done a great job. We haven't mentioned them at all. We haven't questioned a call. The players haven't questioned a call as a foul comes there. I think they've done a great job. Referees have done a great job when you don't hear from them.
I'm glad we're recording this because a coach just complimented the referee.
So we get some calls.
I was about to say, you're trying to make sure your Maitland girls get a few calls. Some of these refs might be going down to 14s, but no, I do agree. They've done a great job. Brett, Nick and Matt should be very proud of their performance today, and I don't think either team can have a bad word to say about the officials. They've been good up at both ends. They're very consistent.
Job. And Meg's just accumulating points here in the fourth quarter. She heads to the free throw line for an and one.
Yeah, she's a quality player, Meg, isn't she?
Yeah, she's really been dominant.
So we see a sub come in. Faith sits down. The coach has given her an early break. You know what? She has tried her guts out for her team. She really has. She'll be frustrated with how it went for her, but she's really tried hard. Never once gave up.
Yeah, youth league's an age group based division, so it'd be interesting. It might be some people's last ever youth league game.
Yeah, exactly right.
So that might be it for her.
Well, I'll have to check the team sheets, but Manly are playing in the Championship Women's Semi tomorrow.
Oh, great.
And I do believe Faith is actually, doubling up and playing. So some of these girls might be doubling up in the Championship Women.
But can't tell you, hard to do.
The Championship Women tomorrow is probably going to be the most hotly contested division. We've got some quality teams. Hornsby, the minor premiers, are playing. We've got Northern Suburbs in there, and Shannon Seabohm, the World Championship winning coach, and BNSW's very own Shannon Seabohm, coaching Northern Suburbs.
Coming to Newcastle.
Yeah, coming to Newcastle. Saw that too. So that's a great win for the Hunter region. So there's going to be some quality games tomorrow. So make sure you tune into the live stream. Every game tomorrow and Sunday will be live streamed. So make sure you check out the BNSW website and Facebook page to make sure that if you can't make it here, you can still watch your team. Absolutely. You come here, get your chocolate and coffees from the Aroma Festival. Then, come up here, enjoy this, great bar and have a few drinks and watch, some great finals action. Here we go, have a turnover. It's Tatiana, one-on-one. Wasn't able to finish it off.
Fittingly, Dominica finishes the game with a basket.
I think that's a great fitting way to finish, as you rightly said. So, congratulations to the Penrith Panthers here, who are able to take it out 69-46 in the semi-final, and it was a dominant display, Craig.
Yeah, they really did. From start to finish, they really dominated both inside and out. I think offensively, they just took it to Manly. Dominated inside. Meg Jefferson was just outstanding.
Yeah.
And an overall great team effort, and they will be hard to beat.
Yeah, and I think you're right. It was the team effort. It was a well-drilled team. They had some star players, but they played as a star team, to use a really bad commentating cliche. But quite frankly, it's the only way to describe it. It was a great team performance, and it looks like if it is Central Coast tomorrow, that on Sunday, that's going to face them, it is going to be a tough task for them in a cracking grand final.
Excellent. Well, congratulations, Penrith. Commiserations to Manly. Their season is done.
Yep, absolutely. Well, you know what? We'll leave it here. 69-46. 69-46. Penrith take it out here. And we want to thank you all for tuning in to the first stage of the 2017 Moulton Waratah League Final Series. Like I said, we're live streaming every game, so make sure you jump onto the website and the Facebook page to get all the links to the live streams throughout the day tomorrow, and all the scores will be updated. But make sure, if you can, get out here and support your team and get here early, because it is going to be packed. and it's going to be a great atmosphere. So thank you for joining us here at Maitland Basketball Association. We look forward to you guys tuning in tomorrow when we're back with all the different games.
Thank you for having me, Tim.
No worries. And Craig, thank you so much for joining me. Absolute pleasure, and we look forward to hopefully, Maitland getting a big win tomorrow in the
Absolutely. Good luck to the Mustangs.
Thanks, everyone. Goodbye.